Happy Monday, everyone. Good morning or afternoon. It's another wonderful day in health. Before we get started with today's warm up and notes, we are going to record our progress on our goals. We are going to be doing this every day for the next 2 weeks. And there'll be a document pushed out in the stream section, basically just titled Your Goal Setting Calendar, where you're just going to kind of keep track daily of how you're doing on your goal and that you're working towards your goal and you're accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish. So it will look like this, and you'll just have a chart. Week 1, we're going to obviously start with Monday. So you're just going to kind of tell me if you've done any work towards your goal yet. If you did anything over the weekend, you can write that here in the Monday box, just about what you're doing. So the directions say in each box, record what you do each day to work towards accomplishing your goal. Include successes that you encounter. At the end of the first 7 days, indicate whether or not you have been successful by giving yourself a grade. That's an A, B, C, D, or F grade. You will do this again at the end of the second week. Remember, you need to record an entry for each day of the 14 days that you will be working on your goal. Good luck. So our goal, obviously, is to accomplish what we set out to accomplish. So each day, don't just put, I did it, or didn't do it. Put down a sentence about why you were successful or why you weren't successful. So something along the lines of, my mom encouraged me and I ate my fruit after school today. Okay, that would be much better than I did it. Okay, so you're just writing a sentence, doesn't have to be anything huge, just one sentence about how the goal went. Or I didn't do it, I was too tired, or I was too hungry, or this got in the way, or that got in the way. So include some successes, include when you track yourself, like if you're monitoring your progress, like where you're hoping to like shave off some time on your mile. So if you have timed yourself, include that. Just include anything important and pertinent towards your goal to help you stay on track. All right, so once you have completed that sentence, just one sentence for today, we're going to obviously keep working on it every day until the goal is completed. After you're done with that, you're going to move on to your warm-up, okay? So I have omitted the date on here just because I thought, well, if I'm going to use these in further years, then I don't want to have today's date on here all the time. So look at the board for today's date, which is Monday, December 4th, okay? Our topic is self-image. And our warm-up question today, I want you to write this quote down. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And that was a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. Journal means write sentences about what the above quote means to you and give an example. So tell me, what do you think it means? No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And then give me one example. So you can pause the video and do that now. If you have no idea what it means to feel inferior, that means feel less than, feel inadequate, feel like you're not good enough. So basically this quote is saying no one can make you feel like you're not good enough without your consent, meaning your approval or you allowing them to make you feel that way. So that's what the quote is. That's what it means. So tell me what it means to you and then give me an example. All right, so pause and do that now. Then we're coming back to talk about our notes today. Obviously, our first definition is self-image, since that's our topic for the day. Self-image is how you see yourself or the mental picture you have of yourself. It constantly changes and can be positive or negative. So self-image, it revolves around a lot about the roles that we play in our life. So for me, I play a bunch of different roles. Obviously, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a mother, I'm an athlete, I am a wife, Okay, so how do you see yourself in those different roles? And it constantly changes, it goes up and down. So when you talk about the role of like an athlete, sometimes you're feeling like you're seeing yourself as like, I'm the best, I had a great game, I feel really good about this, and you're seeing yourself really positively. That's your self-image. Sometimes, though, it can go down, so it can go up or down. You're seeing yourself like, man, I ruined that game. I did not play good. I lost the game for my teammates. I made these huge mistakes, and your self-image is pretty low. It doesn't mean that your self-esteem is low. It just means that how you're feeling, how you're seeing yourself at that minute isn't great, okay? So it's more about how you see yourself in the different roles that you have in your life. So other roles might be that you're a friend, or you're an artist, or you're a singer. Okay, there's a million roles out there, a million things that can describe you, and a million different ways that you can see yourself. And I classify myself as an athlete because I see myself as an athlete. So your self-image, think of a picture. It's a picture of how you're seeing yourself in the different roles that you have in your life. And the role of a daughter, same thing. Sometimes you might feel phenomenal, like you have helped out and you were showing so much love towards your parents, and it's a really good situation right now. And then other times it might be that you're screaming at them and you're yelling at them, and you might not even know why you're screaming and yelling at them, but you are. So that you might see yourself as being this like really ungrateful child, and just not seeing yourself as a great individual at that minute. It doesn't mean, like I said, that your self-esteem is low, just that your self-image for that minute is maybe a little bit negative. And it changes. So self-image goes up and down and changes daily. Just because you're having a bad time where you're seeing yourself as something more negative than you really are, doesn't mean that you have a low self-esteem, okay? So that is self-image. It's different from self-esteem because self-esteem is how you feel about yourself, and it doesn't change as easily as self-image. It's not something that is up and down all the time. It is more involved in your total self-confidence and self-worth, and that takes a lot longer to really build up and really be great. So this is how you, not necessarily how you show yourself to others, but how you yourself feel on a daily basis. And it involves your self-confidence and your self-worth. Okay? People with positive self-esteem are more likely to avoid unhealthy or risk behaviors. People that have positive self-esteem value themselves a little bit more. They are a little bit more confident to tell somebody no. They're less likely to follow the crowd because they are confident and they feel good about who they are, and they don't need to follow the crowd to feel good about themselves or to feel loved or welcomed in or a part of a friend group. Okay, so you want to work on the self-esteem, and there's lots of ways that you can work on improving self-esteem, and there's lots of ways that you can make yourself more confident and just more bold in your decisions and making good decisions. Okay, so here are some ways to improve your self-esteem. Some of those, first one is recognize your strengths and weaknesses. Okay, you have weaknesses, but you also have a lot of amazing strengths. Find them. Figure out what you're good at. Okay, work on those things. Become better at them. It really makes you feel good to do something that turned out amazing, something that you're so proud to show other people. Okay, it also makes you feel proud when you recognize, hey, you know what? This isn't something I'm great at, but here's how I can improve. Okay, recognize that you're not great at everything, and that you can improve on some things. But that, yes, you are good at things too, okay? So recognize that you have both strengths and weaknesses and try to figure out what they are. Say positive things about yourself. So every morning when you wake up, have a list like right by the mirror as you're brushing your teeth, and just say some positive things about yourself. Just read them in your head, or even say them out loud when you're done brushing your teeth, about what you are great at, things that you just really love about yourself. Like, I'm a great basketball player. Say that to yourself every day. I am super friendly. People like me. Okay, just positive things. Say positive things about yourself. Okay, I'm really smart. I'm going to ace that test today. Those go a long way in boosting your self-esteem. It might sound cheesy or seem kind of corny. No one's at your house. Nobody knows. So just say those things about yourself. Like, my hair looks great today, or I'm feeling really good today. So find some positive things and say positive things about yourself. Like, don't negative talk. Like, I'm so dumb, I'm going to fail this test. Say something more like, not demeaning yourself. Say something like, I am not prepared. I'm worried about this test. Something like that is much different than I'm so dumb. Okay, so don't put yourself down. Talk in a positive way about yourself. Like, I know I'm really smart, but I might not have prepared as well as I could have for this test. So talk up to yourself. Say positive things about yourself. All right, our next one. Be kind to others. When you're kind to others, most of the time, they're going to be kind back to you. Not always, but that speaks to them and their low self-esteem or their issues that's going on with them. So when you want people to look at you and see you, let them see you. Let them see how kind you are, how generous you are, how just nice of a person you are. And most of the time, people are going to be kind back. When you walk into a store, people smile at you, you smile back. And when you do those kind things for other people, like volunteering or working in your community, you feel good about yourself too. So it feels good to be nice. It feels good to give to others. It feels good to have them give in return because they're appreciative of how nice you are, and of how generous and how kind and how helpful you can be. So be that person. Be that person that is overflowing with niceness, always has a smile on their face. People are more attracted to people who are warm and kind than they are to somebody who's always giving them a scowl or a mean look, or who constantly has something negative to say about everyone and everything. So try to switch that train of thought and just be kind to others. Put kindness out into the world, and it will come back to you. Okay, then we have work on your weaknesses. There's something you don't like about yourself, work on it. There's something that you feel like you could get better at, work on it. You don't have to work on it in front of everyone. Do it in your spare time at home, okay? Practice the things that you're not good at. That will help you, when you do accomplish it, feel so much better. Find the things that make you happy and do them, okay? Everyone has things that make them happy, whether it be singing or dancing or being athletic or taking a walk outside or writing poems or writing songs. There's so many, many, many things out there that that make people happy. Find the ones that make you happy and do them. Do them frequently. Find someone to do them with. Find clubs or groups that you can be a part of that'll help build more friendships, more really strong, good friendships that you can have for your whole life, because you're really connecting with something that makes both of you very, very happy. So find the things that make you happy and do them. That will, again, help to improve your self-esteem. Okay, so those are all of our notes for today, and we have our wrap-up questions. We also have an assignment today. So the assignment is basically a self-evaluation about your strengths and weaknesses. So it'll help you learn more about yourself, and we'll go through that in just a minute. Your wrap-up questions. What is the difference between self-image and self-esteem? Number 2. Do the roles we play in our life affect our self-image? So remember, we talked about different roles: being a mother, being a daughter, being an athlete, being an artist, and how do they affect our self-image? And we talked about that at the beginning of the notes. And number 3, how can you improve your self-image and self-esteem? So we gave lots of examples on improving self-esteem. And we talked at the beginning with self-image about how that goes up and down. So how can you improve those things? Okay, our homework or our assignment today is something more for just you, where you are going to assess yourself and rate yourself and see how you're feeling about things I am going to look and make sure that it's completed, but I'm not going to read through all the answers and look to say, oh, they think they're, shy all the time or angry all the time. So it's really a personal assessment about how you're feeling. And it's going to look a little different than this on your paper from where I typed it out into Google Doc. But it looks like this. Okay, you're just going to go through. So like this first one says honest. Do you feel like you're honest most of the time, sometimes, or almost never? And you can pick 4 or 2 if you feel like you're in between most of the time and sometimes, or sometimes and almost never. Okay, so you're just going to read down through the traits. So smart, do you feel like you're smart most of the time, sometimes, almost never? And you're just going to circle, and then on the Google Doc, you're just going to highlight the box as to which number corresponds. Okay, do you feel like you're curious? If you feel like you're curious most of the time, you're going to highlight number 5. Okay. Hard worker. If you feel like, I almost never work as hard as I probably could work, then you're going to go over to the 1 and highlight the 1 box. Okay, again, this is for you. And then there's questions at the bottom that you will answer to help you get a better feel for who you are and your strengths and your weaknesses and how you can improve on those things. So this is in the stream section, and you do need to complete it. Once it's completed, you may turn it in. If you finish all of this and finish the questions as well, then you may work on any of the extension activities that you've selected or that you looked at on Friday. If you need certain materials for your extension activities, make sure you ask me, and then I can bring those in and we can keep those in the back. Okay? Questions, raise your hand and let me know. All right, have a great day.